Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, we have a really fun episode. We're going to be reviewing the Riddler Year 1, issue number 2, by the actor that played the Riddler in the Batman movie, Paul Dano, and art by Steven Subic. And before we get dived into that, I do want to let you guys know about our 600 subscriber giveaway. When we hit 600 subscribers, we'll be giving this book away. It's a Marvel #1 variant. All you have to do is like the video, comment down below, and when we hit 600, we'll give the book away based on comments. Now, as always with these, we are going to be going heavy into spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled for the Riddler Year 1, Book 2, that's your warning. Next, we always shout out the creative team because without the creative team, we wouldn't have a comic book, right, guys? And on this one, we have Paul Dano, as I said, the actor that portrayed the Riddler in the most recent Batman movie, and art done by Steven Subic. He's doing all the art basically. Let me just double check that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he is doing all the art. So, and it's really nice too. There are letters by Clayton Cowles. So there was one other person, but yeah, the art in this is really interesting. I'll show you guys some panels, and it starts where the last issue left off. I know it's kind of been a while since issue 1 came out, but it kind of shows a little bit of him in his own mind and his past as a child, and he's still, lamenting his lot in life basically, and he does not like his boss. um, that's kind of obvious with some of the beginning stuff right there. And I don't want to say it's a bad word. Like I said, this is or if I didn't point out, this is a Black Label DC book. Really nice cover too, kind of like uh, the window or the TVs are shinier than the rest of it. It's really cool in person. Um, but yeah, so he basically cusses in his own head. He's thinking, and he's like, I don't, I'm not a boy. He's like, but something's not right. It's probably nothing. It's just a number. You could get in trouble. Let it go. But I can't. There you are. The math was right. I knew I didn't make a mistake, but why didn't they listen to me? Waterfront Industries? We represent them too? Nothing the money from New Beginnings is not here. And so we kind of go through this, and he eventually he pieces he's kind of seeing these pieces together, right? And so he starts digging through the trash of everything that they shredded that day, and he ends up kind of piecing together a bunch of these here. That, long story short, somebody is funneling money from the company that he works for into this shell company, and they're not purchasing anything. It's just, someone's basically funneling dirty money, and he's found out about it. um, and so we see he goes back home, and he's still kind of he's pretty crazy. He sees people that aren't actually there, and goes back to his research though. um, this is one of the panels I wanted to show. Goes back to his research, and he's on the computer, and he is you know kind of they're kind of showing you that he's tried to apply to this renewal company for a while, although as if he found out about this and several years had passed, 10 to be precise. So he's known about this funneled money for a while. We see here is it's just kind of eating at him, right? And then we see uh, him just kind of well, like I said, he's not all together there, but he does know. He's like, but someone's sending dirty money to renewal. Start from the top, Edward. And so he starts basically being like a detective on the case, right? He kind of sits in the alleyways, hiding and just watching what happens. And he ends up seeing. So basically he just goes to the company where the shell company where they're supposed to be in the city, and he kind of waits there, right? Um, and he does end up seeing somebody come and deliver money to a girl, and he's not quite sure, what's going on. He's like, "Be careful, Edward. Maybe you should just go home." He tells himself, but he ends up deciding that he's gonna proceed. He thinks, but why would the owner of two businesses live in a junky housing project? The pieces don't fit. Come on, Edward, think. And then we see that his boss is actually kind of taken some interest in him and says, you're going to handle this big case, the Wayne case, Bruce Wayne. Apparently, they're being sued, and he's going to go through all their money. And the guy, he kind of calls him a liar. He's like, he knows something's wrong. He doesn't call him that to his face, but he thinks it. You know what I'm saying? He knows something's wrong with this situation. That maybe the boss found out that he's found out about this. So he's just kind of thinking, he's like, they're all liars. The pieces don't fit. But who can I turn to if I see something wrong? If I have found something I shouldn't have found? If I can't go to my superiors, if I can't go to the police, then who can I turn to for help? The answer is no riddle. The answer is no one, because people lie. Numbers don't. And we see he does end up kind of, he's still like I said, he's watching. He hacks into some video cameras and is basically just watching what's going on inside of the building that he's been staking out, where the guy who took the money to the girl lives, if that makes sense, right? Um, he sees again, another delivery of the money to this girl, follows the guy back to his apartment, and the whole time, he's kind of thinking about Batman. You know what I'm saying? And he's I'm gonna read some of it. It's pretty good writing. He goes, "How do you do it? How do you take the leap to take matters into your own hands when everyone else around you looks the other way? Do you ever get scared of what you might find or of what you might do? And who are you during the day to be who you are at night? To risk your life for what you believe in? To believe in yourself or be yourself?" And as we see, interspersed with Riddler kind of walking home, we see we see Batman, but he's not actually there. It's just kind of in Riddler's subconscious, imagining what Batman would be doing right now, right? And he continues to seek justice in this godforsaken city. He told me he was vengeance. I was scared of this freak, to be like him. A fire is burning inside me. The lights are coming on again. All these rooms dark, abandoned, alive again. And then we get so he's, as you can see here, and these panels are different. The panels kind of change here at the end, as he's looking through these glasses here, and we get the reveal here as he's watching the guy that his boss shows up. Okay, so his boss shows up and says, "Good evening, Mr. June." That's the name of the guy who's been smuggling the money out, right? And Edward's boss asks, "Going somewhere?" June replies, "Oh no, sir, not going anywhere." And the boss says, "Do you know why I'm here, Mr. June?" June says, "No, sir. No one told me you were coming." And the boss replies, "There was an employee at my company who brought to my attention your work in the books. We weren't expecting that. Thankfully, that's been taken care of, and I'm keeping my eye on him just in case. June says, I change the numbers every week, sir, just like you show me. The boss says, maybe so, but it's a good thing my employee caught it. Because do you know what I saw when I looked beyond the official books? When I looked at our product and cash flow, I saw that someone was skimming a little money off the top. Mr. June says, not me, sir. I manage store, sir. Just like you show me. I do good job, sir. He says, this is your daughter, is it not? Mr. June says, yes, and he's showing him a picture of the same thing that Edward's been seeing, is this man dropping off envelopes of cash. And his boss asks, and what's in the envelope? He replies, I give her money I earned so she can leave Gotham someday, sir. Boss says, and you were planning to go with her? Mr. June says, no, I mean, yes, I take her there, then I come back. And the boss says, Mr. June, someone stealing money from our store means someone taking money from me. And someone taking money from me means someone taking money from Mr. Falcone. You are aware of what happens to people who take money from Mr. Falcone. And we see Nigma think, Falcone. And to kind of wrap it up, and this is as I said, it's a black label, so this one's not for kids. But he does actually, they end up murdering the guy. Nigma is beside himself because he couldn't help or do anything. He feels powerless and weak. And we see at the end here that the same thugs have shown up for his daughter, Miss June, who has tickets and a train out of town, and that's the last page reveal there. So yeah, no, I'm definitely enjoying this. There was a lot too, like in the Batman movie. If you guys remember if you guys went to see that, spoilers, little slight spoilers for the Batman movie, I guess, because this is the prequel to that. There was, it was like, how do I explain this without spoiling too much? Basically, like, there was people in the movie that were accused of things, were accused of being bad people by the Riddler, and they didn't really go into a lot of super detail on any of the characters as to why they felt the need to do it. Like I said, I don't want to spoil the movie, but why what happened happened the way it happened, and you were, it did leave me at least wondering, wow, what happened to these people that got them stuck real bad with the mafia, basically. What had they done? There was one of the characters in the movie where we got the full reveal of what they had done and why the Riddler sort of was trying to sick Batman on them, or was finding ways to take care of it himself. Yeah. This is a bit dark. Also, I do want to let you guys know this is a bit dark. Definitely, one of the reasons I'm really enjoying this is the art, and the other reason is just kind of getting more of a backstory with the Batman movie, which I truly actually enjoyed it. It's somehow rocketed itself above Batman, like from 1989 with Michael Keaton, which prior to this movie coming out was my favorite Batman movie. It's now my favorite. Yeah, no, this is fun. Paul Dano's doing a good job. We got 4 issues to go. It seems to be starting at a good clip though, and I'm entertained. I want to see what happens next issue. I can't think in the movie that whether this girl was alive or dead. So I'm actually I'm curious to know what happens with that. and man, tragic with the one guy who it appears, at least, he was really saying, like, I'm not stealing your money, I am not. And they still offed him. And yep, that so, like I said in the first review too, it's kind of interesting, that showing Riddler as a guy with good intentions. Now, obviously, he's going to end up kind of doing some things that turn him into a bad guy, and the Batman has to take care of him, right? But he is starting from a place of trying to do the right thing. Um, he's he's just kind of a little crazy. Like I said, he sees people, and all right. So hey, I give it a thumbs up. Riddler Year One, Book Two gets a thumbs up. That's what I have, guys. We'll see you next time, and have a great day.